Hey Commanders fans, things are about to get crazy. Can you imagine this franchise making a game-changing move before the trade deadline? Everything's on the table, and one unexpected move could flip the script. A star wide receiver from another team is furious, and Washington might just be one call away from stealing the show. These kinds of opportunities don't come around often, so you cannot miss what could be the trade of the year. Stick around until the end to find out why this potential signing could take us straight to the top of the NFC. Are we really going to pull this off? But that's not all. Another damn injury on the team. Our young quarterback isn't the only rookie sidelined. How the hell are we going to deal with this right before a crucial game? A key tackle is also in trouble, and the offense might be shaky. Is this going to affect our performance against the Bears? Dan Quinn's got his plan, but is it enough? Only time will tell if this loss is going to cost us big. And last but not least, what a battle of stars for the game ball. While our backup QB did his thing, the defense was the real MVP. A linebacker stole the show with a pick that belongs in the highlight reel. That pick six turned the game around in a heartbeat. The fans know it, and the vote for player of the game was tight. Was it the defensive guy or the quarterback who really took the honor? You'll find out in a bit. But let me tell you, it was a controversial decision. Hey, Washington Commanders fans, let me ask you this. What would you do if you were running this team at such a pivotal moment? Because here's the deal. The trade deadline is right around the corner, and our team is in an incredible spot. But is it enough? Let's get straight to the point. We're sitting at the top of the NFC East with a 5-2 record, and while that's something to be proud of, I have to ask, is this the time to get aggressive? Because folks, we've got $25.9 million in cap space and 10 draft picks in 2025. This puts us in a prime position, and here's where I really want to dive in. Adam Peters could be planning a major move. That's right, Commanders Nation. The door is open for our team to go after some elite talent at wide receiver. Now let me tell you this. Jaden Daniels has shown killer accuracy, and under the offensive genius of Cliff Kingsbury, we've seen our receiving corps perform well. But what if we add someone with elite production? I think this could take us to the next level. There are rumors that Washington has shown interest in Marquez Valdes-Scantling following his departure from the Bills. But what really intrigues me is the possibility of going after Deontay Johnson from the Panthers. This guy is a Pro Bowler, and while he had a mediocre showing against us in Week 7, we all know that frustration is growing in Carolina. Johnson made his dissatisfaction clear with his team, saying, "I can't play every position or make every play." So I ask you, is now the time for Peters to make that call? Deontay Johnson is one of the most polished route runners in the league. He's a master at creating separation, something the Panthers' passing attack hasn't fully capitalized on. But let me tell you this, if we bring him to Washington and pair him with Terry McLaurin, what defense could stop us? If Jaden Daniels comes back soon and is at 100%, this duo could be deadly. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen. Oh no, but this is the time to strike, to capitalize on other teams being vulnerable and grab the talent that could push us even higher. We've been on the other side of this many times, being the team that gets picked apart. But now, it's our turn to be the Predators. So here's the big question, Commanders fans. If you were Adam Peters, would you risk draft picks and some of that cap space to bring in a receiver like Johnson? Or would you trust that the guys we have now can finish the season strong? Personally, I think it's time to go all in. But I want to hear from you. Another injury for the Commanders? Seriously? I know what you're thinking. Same old story, right? But let me tell you this, because here's my straight-up take. Jaden Daniels, our first-round rookie quarterback, is dealing with a rib injury. And guess what? He's not the only rookie on the injury list. Now let me ask you, is this starting to worry anyone else, or is it just me? Because if it's not on your radar yet, it should be. And we're not just talking about Daniels. Now, we've got Brandon Coleman, our third-round offensive tackle, who's been dealing with a concussion. And yeah, folks, the last thing we need is another hit to our offensive line. Coleman has played every game this season and started 3 out of the 7 we've had. He's shaping up to be a long-term option, but this concussion might sideline him for the game against the Bears. So what's Coach Dan Quinn saying about this? Because here's where I wonder, How are we handling this without making drastic adjustments? Quinn says, Brandon's in the concussion protocol, and we'll see how he progresses this week. But hold on, don't panic just yet. Apparently, the team isn't looking to make big changes. According to Quinn, nothing has knocked them out of the game, and he's taking that as a good sign. Okay, I get the optimism, but what does that mean in practice? Let me tell you this. Is that optimism enough to keep us competitive when we face the Bears on Sunday? Because, let's be real, the Bears are coming at us with everything they've got. What really worries me here, and listen closely, is if we're getting too complacent. We're talking about a team that can't afford more setbacks, especially in key positions like the offensive line and quarterback. So now I ask you, Commanders fans, how do you think we should handle this? Should we be looking for reinforcements now? Or do we trust that the rookies will shake off these injuries in time? Because I'll tell you what I think. If we don't make some smart decisions now, we might just be digging our own hole for the rest of the season. Friends of the Washington Commanders, I can't believe it. Dante Fowler Jr. takes home the game ball in a monumental victory in Week 7 against the Panthers. But before I dive into the details, let me ask you this. Were you really expecting Fowler to pull off a pick six in the first quarter? I'm asking you, because let's be honest, I didn't see it coming, and boy, did it surprise all of us. Let's be clear. On the first drive, the Panthers are moving the chains. Andy Dalton has his team in the red zone. And then boom, a poorly thrown screen pass to a Miles Sanders who wasn't ready, and there was our guy Fowler, reading the play like a book. 67 yards later, we're all shouting because that was a monumental pick six. Now I ask you, who thought that would be the turning point? Because I'm telling you now, that was the game changer. Fowler not only intercepts the pass, but has the smarts to wait, diagnose the play, and that's what a true playmaker does. And I'm not the only one saying this. The fans recognize it too. That was his first pick six of his career. And here's where I question, why don't we see him in these crucial situations more often? Because honestly, I believe Dante Fowler has more plays like this in his arsenal. And the Commanders will need more moments of greatness if we want to keep this winning streak alive. Now, we can't overlook the contribution of Marcus Mariota, who stepped in after Jaden Daniels went down with a rib injury. Mariota held steady, led the team with poise, and almost took home the game ball too. I say this with confidence. The vote was close, very close, but Fowler, with that epic defensive performance, took it home. But the question I now pose to you, my dear Commanders fans, is, do you think Fowler can keep leading the defense in key moments? Because friends, with performances like this, one starts to wonder, is this the player who will make the difference in our defense heading into the playoffs? I'm telling you, with Fowler playing at this level, our hopes for this season are more alive than ever. I'll say it again, that pick six wasn't just luck. It was preparation, reading, and perfect execution. And the best part is that the defense as a whole, with Darren Payne making that crucial block to let Fowler get to the end zone, shows that this team is working in unison. Now, I want to hear from you, Commanders fans. Do you think this defense, with Fowler and company, can take us further than we dreamed at the beginning of the season? If you were Adam Peters, would you risk those valuable draft picks and salary cap space to bring in a star receiver like Johnson? Or would you stick with the faith in our current guys to finish strong this season? Let me know in the comments what you would do if you were in the GM's shoes. And now, Commanders fans, how do you think the team should handle this pivotal moment? Is it time to seek reinforcements, or do you trust that our rookies will overcome their injuries in time? Your opinion is crucial, so comment below and let's make this conversation more interesting. Finally, I want to hear from you loyal fans. Do you think this defense, with Fowler leading the way, has what it takes to take us further than we dreamed at the start of the season? Don't hold back, share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe and be part of this great Commanders family. Here, we discuss everything like true fans, supporting each other until the end. Join our community where your voice matters on every play. And remember, hail to the Redskins.